everyone, and a happy belated Valentine's Day to all of you. I hope you had a good day and you did something fun, or you said hello to a friend, you cheered someone up, and I hope you did something fun yesterday. So let's talk about today's card and what we're doing here today. This is Casing Tuesday, and it's a day when we take a card out of a catalog, a Stampin' Up catalog, and we give it a makeover. And so let's have a look at today's card. Here it is, and oh my gosh, this card, when I first saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, this card has so many layers. And I'm kind of a clean and simple girl, so this card was going to be a little bit of a challenge for me, but that's good because we should all challenge ourselves a little bit. So this is today's card, and I'll show you how I simplified mine in a minute. And here is the sketch, and you can use the sketch as a guide. You don't have to follow it exactly, but especially if you're starting out and you're new, it will help you to figure out what size the layer should be. Now for my card, I actually took out a few of these layers because I don't want too many layers. It makes it harder for me. So I just used the layers that I needed to create my card. All right, let's pop over here. All right, are you ready to see my card for today? Finally, now that I have my cameras and my microphone turned on. All right, here's my card for today. What a departure this card is from the other card, right? I'm gonna move my microphone right so it faces me. It is very different. It's kind of got a clean and simple look to it. We are trading in flowers for, this is a celebration stamp set. It's called Driving By, and you just have 2 weeks left to earn it because celebration ends at the end of February. So for every $50 or $100 you spend with Stampin' Up right now, you get to pick a celebration freebie, and this is one of them, and you can earn this free with a $50 purchase. And so I used the little van on today's card, and in a moment I'm gonna have you decide, help me decide whether I should use the little love bug here or the little hot rod car here, and we'll decide. We're going to do a similar card, but we're going to do it with another image from the stamp set, just for a little bit of variety. I'm also using the Celebrating You stamp set, and this one's a awesome stamp set, lots of different words, and this stamp set does have some words, but I wanted a different set of words, so this one is great for that. Really beautiful fonts in this one, and this one is in the Jan to June mini catalog, so it's easy to pick up. And then I'm using the Layering Circles dies that have smooth circles and scallop circles for this base. Okay, let's jump right in. And let's start off, let's do some of our die cutting and embossing. And let's pop in and grab our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. We are going to need to cut 2 circles. So I've got my base plate number 1, thin die adapter number 2, a cutting plate 3. We're going to cut a pool party circle and a basic white circle, and I'm using the thinner basic white here because I'm going to be coloring on it, and I want to make sure that I have the smooth finish of that circle. So we're going to use the second largest smooth circle and the largest scallop circle. I'll just place those on there and make sure they will cut. Place my other cutting plate on top. Let's run these through. Okay, so we've got our little circle and our other little circle, and then we also want to emboss this fresh freesia piece. This is going to go on the card front, and this measures 3 inches by 5.5 inches. And I'm going to use the Dotty Hearts embossing folder. This actually comes with a set of 2. And I love this embossing folder. It's got just really tiny dotted hearts. I'll show you what it looks like in a second. Let's pop this piece right in here. Close it up. And for this one, for just a regular, this is a regular size embossing folder. It's not a thick one. So we're going to use the base plate number 1. We aren't using number 2. That's not needed for this one. We'll put a number 3 and then your embossing folder with your cardstock inside it. And then a number 3 plate goes on top. And then we're going to run this through. Okay. And look at this. Isn't that pretty? You can decide which side you want to have up. One has kind of the dots, and then the other ones has kind of has them debossed. They go down. So, all right. I think that's all the die cutting and embossing we need to do for today. Let's pop that over here. So for this piece, I'm going to adhere this to the side about 3/8 of an inch or 1/4 of an inch from the side. My card base, let me just open this up, is a tent fold, so the fold is up at the top. This piece measures 11 by 4¼ inches, and I scored it in half at the 5.5 inch mark. And so this piece is going to be over here on this side right here. Let's grab a bone folder and smooth this down so it lays flat. Lays, lies. Oh, I can never ever get those right, so please excuse my grammar if I don't say that right. It's tough. Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm going to take my greeting, and I'm using this one that says, "You are every bit of wonderful." And I just threw a tool into my garbage bin. Went all the way down to the bottom. I'm pulling it out again because if I don't, I will forget and I will throw it out, and that will suck a lot. Okay, so I'm just laying this on here, and the reason I'm doing this is in case I make a mistake, I don't want to have everything adhered down yet. So this is Coastal Cabana ink. And I'm just going to stamp this about 1/2 inch down from the top, like that. Okay, because on the original card there was a greeting coming down the side like that, so I'm trying to emulate that look. Okay, so then we're going to take this piece and we're going to adhere it. Where did my glue go? All right, who took my glue? Aha, it's behind my laptop. That's where it is. It's actually right where it should be, but it's scooted behind my laptop. So this one I kind of did with the deboss side up. I'm not sure if I should do, let's do one with the hearts that have the dots sticking up. Let's see which way we like it better. So I'm just going to put Tombow on here, and then I will add this onto here. Sure it's straight. Okay. All right, and then we're going to create a little banner, and this is the Sweet Talk paper. And this paper really might remind you of Valentine's Day. But the cool thing about this paper is that it's got neutrals on the back sides of the paper. So it goes beyond Valentine's Day. You've got like, wow, lots of hearts. But on this side, you've got like nice purple stripes. So this is fun spring paper as well as Valentine's Day paper. So don't feel you can't use it past Valentine's Day because it still has a lot of stuff that you can, lots of patterns that you can use. Okay, so to create a little banner, there's a little banner. This is what I did. And this piece measures 2.5 inches by 4.25 inches. And I am just using my centering ruler, but if you don't have a centering ruler, you can just measure over 1.25 inches or find the midpoint of your piece of paper. And I'm going up just 1/4 inch, and I'm going to make a dot 1/4 inch up and 1.25 inches over. And then I am just going to draw a line from the corner to that dot. Okay, so you can see I just kind of created myself a little pattern that I can cut along. So I'll just do that. Like that. And I'm going to erase any possible pencil marks there. Okay. All right, so I'm going to just center that right there on this piece. Look at this heart paper on the background. It's really pretty, but it is kind of full of hearts. And you could do hearts different times of the year as well, right? But look at this pretty pattern on this side. I love it. Pastel stripes is perfect for this time of year. Springtime. Okay, so we're starting to build our card. And now I want to add a little piece of ribbon. And this is the Highland Heather, and it's called Grosgrain Ribbon. But have a look at this. It's got a lot of sparkle to it. It's lovely. Okay, so for this, I just want to grab my ribbon scissors and have them handy. And I want to just make sure that I have enough length to go all the way from the top to the bottom on both sides. So I'm just going to cut that off right here. And I'm going to take some tear and tape. I'm just going to tear myself off maybe 1.5 inches. And I'm going to put it opposite here. And let me take this backing off. Okay. So now I'm going to arrange this on here. Coming down to the center, arrange it. And I want to make sure that when this gets pressed down, because if it gets mailed, that it doesn't extend beyond the top part of the card. So just gonna arrange it like that. Okay, so now it's stuck on. You can kind of see it's stuck right there on there. And then you can come in and then just give the bottom a little angle cut. Like that. Okay. So now we're just waiting for our focal point, right? That card looks kind of strange right now. So we've got our 2 circles. And now I need to ask you what, we've already done one with the van. Should I do the little VW bug or should I do the little sports car with the balloons? Let me show you right here. Should I do a card with this car right here? or with this one right here. So either the VW Bug or the sports car with the balloons. And I'll take a look in just a second and we'll decide which one we're going to do, and then we're going to color it up. I'm going to arrange everything. In the meantime, I'll let you guys vote. And then we'll finish the card off. Let's have, okay. All right. So the bug wins. I've got 4 votes for the bug. So we're gonna do the little bug. Come here, little bug. All right. Got that little bug on a D block, and then we'll take some tuxedo black ink. I'm going to make sure it's inked up well, and then we're going to stamp it right on the circle. All right, and while I'm going to heat emboss this, what should the main color of the VW Bug be? I'll have 3 choices for you. I've got Fresh Freesia, I've got So Saffron, or I've got Pool Party. So yellow, blue, or purple, or Pool Party, So Saffron, or Fresh Freesia. So let me know which ones you want. And I'm gonna heat emboss the bug. And the reason I'm going to do this is so sometimes I've found now that we get a little bleed over if I stamp and I use the Stampin' blends right away. So let me heat emboss this. And you can vote on what color I'm going to use. Pool Party, So Saffron, or Fresh Freesia. All right, let's have a look. Did anyone vote? No one voted? No one has a choice on what we want to do? All right, well, you're going to make me choose. So on this original one, I did Pool Party. Oh, here we go. We've got a Fresh Freesia and a So Saffron. Who's going to be my tiebreaker? Or please don't post Pool Party. Then we won't. So, okay, it's between these two. So Saffron or Fresh Freesia. Does anyone want to input, or am I going to have to pull them from behind my back? So I originally did this one in Pool Party. So I thought we'd want to do a little different. Okay, we're going to do a Fresh Freesia bug. All right, let's start off with Fresh Freesia. And I know we're going to have some So Saffron on there as well. So let's start off. And we're going to do the main body of Fresh Freesia. And I'm using this is a Fresh Freesia Dark, because the light is very, very light. And it's good that some of our blends are light and some of them are dark, because for shading purposes sometimes. Let's see, I think maybe we can add, shall we add like a So Saffron? I'm gonna add So Saffron right around here. We'll just play with this. It's gonna be a colorful bug. Sometimes when I'm finished coloring something, I'm like, yeah, no, that didn't work so well, but we'll see. Okay, and then I've got Smoky Slate, and I'm gonna use that for the wheels and some of the accents. The chrome accents, because I don't want to go too dark. I could do black wheels, of course, but when I do black, it really, really drowns out all the other muted pastel colors, so I don't want to do that. All right, how about pool party hubcaps? Because this is a fun car. All right, so now we can layer up gifts. Let's start with pool party. And then let's do freesia. And then we'll do saffron. And then we'll do blue on top again. All right. It's a party bug. Sometimes I like to look at photos online to see how different things are colored. But last night I was in a mood and I decided that who cares how it's supposed to be colored? How do I want to color it? So this bug's got some personality, right? So then I'm just going to go ahead and add this to my pool party circle, kind of right in the center. And let me flip this over, and we're going to add some dimensionals to the back. Okay. All right, and then we kind of just are going to position this right. Let's push that down. So, and right about there. Okay. And then I thought, I love these pastel pearls because I thought they kind of had the same sort of color scheme, maybe except for the yellow and the blue, but this is kind of a lighter, it's almost like a really, really light purple. So we'll just add a few of these. Let's see, I'm going to put this one over here. And then we'll add a pink one right over here. All right. And there are my little cards. Aren't they cute? I should have done the other one as well, the sports car as well, like, and so have it as a little set. Maybe I'll do that afterwards and I'll take a photograph of all three, but it will take me too long to cut up all the other pieces for the card that I need. Oh, you know what I could do? I know what I could do. I'll just do the car. How's that? Let's do the car and then we can flash it back. Okay. I just need to cut one circle. Let's see, we'll use this one. Let's cut a circle real quick. Because now I want to see what it will look like. Okay, number 1, plate number 2, thin die adapter. Let me see, do I have, I need a piece of white. All right, let's grab that. Because now I'm curious, what would the little sports car have looked like? I don't think I've stamped with a sports car yet, so now I want to know. I want to know what it would look like. Okay. So, where are you, little sports car? And we'll come back over with Memento. Okay, so let's see if we can get this all on the circle. Oh, so cute. All right, let's heat set this. So, you know what I have to do now, Janine, who wanted So Saffron Bug. We're going to make a So Saffron sports car because that's the one color remaining that I haven't. I'm trying to decide. Do I do a two-tone? Just trying to decide where my little colors are going to be. I could do, I'm going to do So Saffron down at the bottom. So Saffron. And then we'll do a pool party top. Is that weird? I don't know. I think sometimes cars aren't colorful enough. Do you think that ever? We should have more colorful cars. And then we're gonna do, how fun. We're gonna do freesia hubcaps. Oh, this car is so cute. I love it. Okay, and then we'll come in, we still need to do balloons. We'll come in with smoky slate wheels. I like to leave that little white rim around the tires. Okay, I'll do this, and this, and this. All right, and now we're gonna do yellow. Gonna do blue or pool party, and we're gonna do freesia. All right. Okay, so now you can see kind of what it would be like if we did the little sports car. So just like as a, it looks kind of like a clown car or a banana car. So anyway, those are the different cards. And you know, the neat thing is you can choose your color scheme. And I kind of simplified the layout just a little bit for me because I can't deal with too much going on. All right, guys, I'm coming back over to you. That was fun. Thank you for helping me out and helping me choose some of the selections. Okay, I'm sorry about the sound problem earlier. I'm gonna truncate off the front of that video and it will be no more. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Dee and Ellie and Karen and Amy and Michelle. Hello, hello. All right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Janine. Good morning, Connie. Good morning, Kimberly Ann. Kimberly Ann loves the sentiments on this stamp set, and I do too. It's a really pretty. There are lots of pretty fonts on this one, celebrating you. And anyway, thank you so much for everyone who helped me out to choose which car or what to do, the car, the sports car, the VW Bug, and the color selections. So Janine asked a question. So did you heat emboss to just set the Memento ink? Yes, that's what I did. It helps a little bit with sometimes now when I touch the Stampin' Blends to the Memento, it makes that line just thicken a little bit. And if you heat emboss, if you notice that's happening with you, if you heat emboss, it kind of sets the ink so it stays where it's supposed to stay. All right. I'm just reading your comment. Janine says, so saffron rocks. Yeah, you know what? our neighbor used to have a yellow VW bug. So yellow is a very common color for VW bugs, and I do like it. So it's fun to play around. And the good thing is, if you have the stamp set, you can make it whatever color you want. That's the nice thing about stamping, is that it's a lot about customization for whoever you want. Oh, I have to put this out there. So in the 80s, when I was a little girl, we had a Vanagon. Do you guys know a Vanagon? It's like a VW newer version of the van. I don't know if they make them anymore, but this was the color of our van. So last night, as I was like playing around, I made one in the colors that I used to have. And so this is kind of fun. So I'm going to make a card with this one too, but I wanted to use bright colors today, and I know this card would have ended up being more of a masculine card. But this one, I use colors from our new skin tone Stampin' collection of the blends. They're a new color set out there, so I use that, and it is kind of cool that I could create my van from many years ago. I learned to drive on that van. It was a stick shift. And the very first lesson that I had, my dad taught me how to drive. And my dad thought that, I should learn how to stop and start on a hill during my very first lesson. And it did not go so well. And we did not come back very happy with each other. And so anyway, I did learn how to drive. And I do know how to drive stick shift. And it's thanks to my dad. He persevered, and he taught me how to drive this van, which had a very, very stiff stick shift. I think I could probably drive almost any stick shift now because of that experience. And I can stop and start on a hill with a stick shift. So lots of good lessons learned there, and kind of fun memories looking back now. But I can think at the time that I probably thought I would never speak to my father again after that experience. But anyway, I digress. So let me finish reading through your comments. All right. Ellie says, I guess you also had to learn how to drive a stick shift. Yeah, nowadays kids don't need to know how to do that. I know my son Nicholas, he wants to learn how to drive stick shift, just so he can say that he can. But these days you don't get too many opportunities. Even if you learn how to drive, unless you own one for yourself, you're not really going to get an opportunity to drive, because there are just not that many out there anymore. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a beautiful sunshiny day like we do here. And I will be back with you on Friday with a YouTube video. I go live at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so if you want to catch me live, and then I always have the replay afterwards. I hope you have a great week. Just reading one more comment from Kimberly Ann. My dad made me learn on a stick as well. It was our lime green VW Rabbit. Oh, that's precious. I love that. Connie says in Denmark we still drive with stick. Well, that's good. I could drive in Denmark. So if I rented a car, maybe the car rental would be stick. Yeah, that's true. In Europe, there are more stick shift around. And here there's just like mainly automatics that you can buy. So yeah, automatics much easier, but it's kind of cool to know that you can drive stick, right? All right, guys, well, you have a great week, and hopefully I'll see some of you on Friday. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.